All right. Looks like we're live. Already have 2 likes, which is always encouraging to have likes before the stream even starts. If you are here and if you can hear me, I'm a little early. I guess I said 11:45, but that's okay. I don't think it's bad to be early, is it? I don't think so. But if you are here and if you can hear me in the chat box, if you just want to give me a number 1. All right, there we go. Got some more people here. Again, if you can hear me, hit that number 1 in the chat box. Hey, Kelly. Good to see you, sir. Habu. Okay, thank you. Good. Well, we are live. No, right. All right. Thank you, sir. Let's go take a look at Solana. And he wanted a few different time frames and see how it's going. Yeah, we can do that for sure. Or SLUSD, Solana. Let's start at the daily. Well, nice. So I know I've done this one for you before, Noah. So Solana here had that trend line in place right there on the daily saying, I'm not really convinced of anything unless the price can break above that level. Well, you can see when the price did break above it, very, very impressive move. Granted, right now it's pulling back a little bit, but it is above that line. So the conversation has certainly changed. And to just be full-blown bearish on it, still, I would really disagree with that because the price, like I said, has started to prove itself. Now, of course, it's got more work that needs to be done, but it has at least proved itself in the sense of being able to push up through that trend line right there. So I'm going to get rid of that. And also I'm going to, get that out of the way. Right now it is doing battle and kind of getting caught up a little bit now in that pink line there, which is not totally shocking. That is the 200-day simple moving average. So like I said, it was impressive that it not only broke that trend line and then broke the 200-day in the same day, but now it's fallen back below there. So let's actually get that documented as we go to lower time frames so we can keep that as a reference point of where the 200-day simple moving average is. So right there around, 162.65. The Nasdaq's dumping right now. All right, well, we'll be checking that out. So, all right. But yes, overall, I like the daily just for that reason. It's broken above the trend line. Let's check out the hourly. All right, very good. Very good. Hourly, I love. That's a good sign there. How it's respecting that purple line here, the 50-period moving average. So that's a sign that the bulls are still there. Now, granted, it's all about perspective. If somebody bought right there as a day trader, flipper, scalper, and their plan was to buy and sell within 3 minutes, from that standpoint, those people definitely don't care about any of this. They don't care about the 50-period moving average. I'm just making these comments from more of a bigger picture standpoint. So, yes, it's pulled back, but it's good to see that it's honoring that level. That is encouraging. And again, that red line is where that 200-day simple moving average is. So good to see that. And I should note, if you're enjoying or if you plan on enjoying, hit that like button. I want to move our goal now up to 60. Last week it was 50 likes. Let's see if we can get 50 likes. Now I want to move this up to 60. So if we can get 60, I'll consider this a success on the live stream. So if you are enjoying, please hit that like button. Yeah, now if that 50 period does fail, no guarantees, but because of this big straight up movement here, it's created some spaces between areas of support. So if that purple line fails again, I'm not saying it's going to for sure happen. I'm not saying it's going to drop straight down. I'm just saying next area of support is not until that 200 period moving average down there. So you could, the bears could find some more strength to at least bring it down to that level right there. But like I said, love it. And this is just a great example here of the power of charts. What a coincidence. It was dropping for an hour, and then look right where it decided to stop. Oh, right at that purple line. Interesting. And I should note, if you would like a request or if you would like me to do an analysis, could be a stock, crypto, futures, forex pairing, $5 super chat means I'll do it for sure, and I'll do it right away. Other than that, I'm not going to, I'm not promising that any analysis gets done, but I'll just promise. Or if you want me to see your question or comment or whatever, $5 super chats, like I said, makes that happen. Let's go to the 30-minute here. So kind of reverse here on the 30-minute, suggesting that the 50 period is now acting as resistance. But other than that, I think I like the daily because, again, it's broken through that trend line. It's now, it's made that big surge up. And right now, yeah, it's red, but you could just consider this a nice little consolidation because even if it just goes sideways for the next couple of days, what do you have here on the daily? You would have something that looks similar to that, and then you'd be able to factor that in, and you'd have a nice bull pennant pattern. So that's why, if the next couple of days do go sideways, as long as there's not any sort of big movements to the downside, which would wreck the bull pennant pattern, sideways days are now going to be forming, either a bull flag or bull pennant pattern. So that's, that's nothing bad. And then, is there anything crazy going on? So 5 minutes not looking the greatest right now. But again, we're on the 5 minute time frame. So we've gone from the daily all the way down to the 5 minutes. So right now on the 5 minute, there's actually a bear pennant forming. Now, just because something's a bullish pattern doesn't mean it's for sure going to go up. Just because something's bearish doesn't mean it's for sure going to go up. But again, we are on the 5 minute time frame. So unless you're some sort of like day trader, this is pretty irrelevant to you. But if you are a day trader, then yeah, interesting. Does it come down there and break through there and get continuation? Nothing is guaranteed to happen. That's why risk management matters. But I don't think anybody would be shocked by that. So again, I am potentially thinking of doing some live trades here. So I'm trying to keep my eye on the markets here too, and I'm excited. I'm excited to do some trading here because we have, I guess not technically an official sponsor of the live stream, but in an indirect way, I would say we have a sponsor of the live stream that's going to allow me to do some lessons here and just make you aware of some things that you may not be aware of, especially if you're just in the world of stocks or forex or crypto or options. All right. So again, you can. I want this to be viewer driven. So if you have a request, please let me know, and I will do my best to get to it. But if you would like for me to for sure get to it, a super chat, $5 super chat, make sure that I will indeed get to it. Let's see. Rolando, you've made several requests, haven't you, Rolando? I'm starting to recognize names, and I'm starting to recognize names of people that show up, make requests, and it's like, at some point a super chat is nice. So Rolando, yeah, I'm here for the live trades. Yeah, we'll see if the live trades happen or not. I want to get some more people in here though first, so I can. The Nasdaq is dumping. So yes, any request. I'm curious where. Where's Nvidia at right now? Nvidia. That's a brutal move. Acted like it wanted to be strong, breakout, going into the weekend. And then this morning, the gap down's not the greatest thing, but, that opening 30 minutes, just boof, down it went. So that makes it pretty rough. So, yeah, right now, Nvidia basically just, it is going sideways right now. But with that big drop right there, essentially a bear flag pattern. And like I was just saying, just because something's in a bearish pattern does not mean for sure guaranteed it's going to go down. But I don't think anybody would be shocked if all of a sudden Nvidia found some downside pressure. What's a 5 minute looking like? Yeah, 5 minutes. Is it already broken through? Let's see. Again, if you have a request, let me know in the chat box. Could be a stock, could be a future, could be forex, could be crypto. Oh, it's bouncing around right now at that trend line. So that's the big question mark right now with lunchtime. Is this going to hold? Is it not? So we'll have to see what is going to happen here. So that's, like I said, I think that's going to be the big question mark in people's eyes. Yeah, exactly, Salty War Pig. Is it going to break? Is it going to break? Or you have longs that are validly thinking, I think it could bounce. And I see what they were saying. It's got a history of bouncing too. So yeah, bounce or go short. Love you. I love you too. Yeah. Be up, blink. Okay. Sniper shot here. Yeah, you could potentially do a sniper shot there. Yeah. I wouldn't call you crazy for that. Again, if you're enjoying, make sure you hit that like button. The goal today is to get up to 60. That would be fantastic. Can you look at BBAI? All right. Let's take a look at BBAI. KP87. All right. BBAI. So finally got up through this resistance line here. That's good. It gapped up through there. So that's been at least put behind it. So that's a step in the right direction. Any guess for long-term in Nvidia? Long-term, you got to think Nvidia is going up. But I don't know how, I would say 20 years from now, I think that Nvidia is probably going to be higher than it is right now. But I don't know if that's what your definition of long-term is. But yeah, I would say that long-term, under those investment criteria, Yeah, I think it'll be higher than where it is right now. But if you're asking from more of like a day trading standpoint, then yeah, you really don't care about where something's gonna be in the next 20 years. Because if you're a day trader and it's like, well, I guess I got to hold for the next 20 years because I don't want to take a loss. It's like, okay, you're not a very good day trader, because if you're not willing to take a loss, then by definition you're not a good day trader, because taking losses, or I should say the ability to take a loss, is a requirement to be a good day trader. So you can be a day trader and refuse to take losses, but that would just make you a bad day trader. So BBA, yeah, good. I'm glad that it's so far maintaining that purple line right there, 50-day simple moving average. It's maintaining 479. Rashid, hey, how are you? Yeah, not seen a whole lot of other things on the daily. Let's drop down to the hourly. So yeah, hourly is still pretty sketchy because there have been bounces before, but until things get up above that purple line there, I would say crypto and forex trading. Hey, yo, decoding mystery. You only got to say it once. Okay. Is this some to crypto and learning for Reddit in technical what have to learn? Okay, I thought that was a question, decoding, but are you just spamming, or is that an actual question? Leave his current message up. Thank you, whoever, Kelly, you were on the, well done. Stock Hub, hey, how are you? So assuming that's a question, you want to learn crypto and forex, and you want to learn a learning roadmap. In technical, what have to learn? Well, there's a lot you have to learn. You basically have to learn how to use charts to find edges, to find probabilities, to make sure that trade plans actually make sense, that they're logical. And I do offer this. So this is what I offer. And if you just want to kick it to the curb, fine by me. But you asked, so I will. Oh, wait, I learned last week that I got to actually give the. You know what? I bet I could do this. Yeah, that's. Oh, wait, no, I don't have it there anyways. Okay, we got to hop over here real quick. There we go. So there you go. If you want a roadmap, that's what I have to offer. All right. Stock Up, you're my idol. I mean, I know you're kidding around, but thank you. I'm glad you enjoy. Necesitas, you need to work you need to work on my exits. So I need to do some sort of work. Para 4, Legar, what's that? I can't remember. Exito, I'm assuming means an exit. I need to work on my exits. Is that what you're telling me, Nervo? Can I buy BBAI? Well, I don't know. Do you have money in your account? That'd be question number one. If your answer to that is yes, I have money in my account, then yes, you can buy BBAI. Let me take a step back. Do you have at least $6 in your account? If you're saying yes, I have $6 in my account, then to answer your question, yes, you can buy BBAI. But have you tried swing trading? Yeah, I've done swing trading. Okay, Nervo is telling me I need to work on my exits. I'm not quite sure what you mean by that, because I'm not sure what any of that has to do with me and now analyzing BBAI. But maybe I'm missing a bit of context, to be fair to you. But yes, please, if you want to have a conversation, that's fine. But you might I translate into English because I have poquito más español. Cuatro años en escuela. You know, I took 4. I think I said I took 4 years in school, but that was like a long time ago. And I did work with a bunch of Spanish speakers when I did roofing back in the day. But yes, back to BBA. And that's the thing. Super chats prevent me from getting sidetracked. But like, I may start on your request and then never finish it because I get sidetracked with the chat box. So again, if you wanted to make sure that I do your request and I stay focused on it and I do it right away, $5 super chats make that happen. Is that what that translation is, Rashid? You need to work hard to achieve success. If that's what that was saying in Spanish, then yeah, I fully agree with that. But yeah, BBAI, I'm not totally convinced of anything until it can at least get above that purple line there, 50-period moving average, because there have been lots of times where it was looking bullish. So, I mean, right there, it was, looking bullish, but it failed. It's starting to bounce back up, but failed. Right now, it is bouncing back up, but it is sort of failing already. Does that mean it'll continue to fail? No, there's no guarantees, but just from the bigger picture, I'm not totally convinced by that. Let's see. Clay, is this forever trading you're teaching here? Like all your videos, every one of them, but Forex is difficult for newbies. Clay, is this forever trading you're teaching here? I don't know what you mean by forever trading. Like all your videos. Yeah, I'm not quite sure what you mean by forever trading. If you want to specify that, I could probably give you a better answer. Nice, we're up to 18 likes. So for those of you who are getting logged on, the goal here is at least 60. And if we can get to 60 likes, I would consider it a success. The Friday's video, we went over 100 likes. So if you're a part of Friday's stream and you contribute to the like, thank you, fantastic. Can you take a peek at NQ? I can. In fact, let's just go to... Oh, nice bounce right now. All right, let's... NQ. So yeah, NQ right now, very nice bounce right off that overnight low. Granted, this is the 2-minute. We can hop over to the 5. What's going on in the 5-minute here? So yeah, 5-minute right now. I would say that overnight low is definitely the key level from a support standpoint. I may do some live trades, but yeah, if this thing can come down here and break through there, I could see it venturing down to that pivot point at that point, which is also basically the lows of the day too. But right now it is heading up. It's got a lot of potential problems. You have VWAP as a potential problem. You have that pink line there, the 200 period as a potential problem. You just have these previous highs right here as a potential problem. You have that purple line there as a potential problem. So yeah, I could see potentially getting short up around that area. Yeah, it's GG Chance. I think you knew the rule, GG Chance. It's $5 super chats now. So I'll try to look at SPGC, but right now I want to stay focused. I'm talking about NQ here, but yeah, $5 super chats is the new rule and has been the new rule for the past 3 or 4 live streams. Can you recommend today trading stock? No, I don't really recommend trading stocks. I recommend trading futures. And I'm going to, I think, make a very persuasive case on why that's the case. It is good to learn both languages. Yeah, I agree. People that can speak multiple languages is a good thing. I would also agree that learning to speak the English language is going to be the best thing. Because English, I guess if you just go through world history, that seems to kind of be the language that is the world language, if you will. Yeah. So that's what, I don't know who asked. Somebody asked to take a peek. It is, Caleb, yeah. Right now, that's what I'm seeing here. Curious about how it behaves up around that area. And I am thinking of doing some live trades. I guess, who here, can anyone gift me a laptop? Maybe there's... What about PayPal? All right, we'll go take a look at PayPal. If we get if we can get over 50, I think we'll start to. I guess if you want me to do some live trades, make sure you hit that like button. That's going to be the quickest way to communicate that you're interested in the live trades. Because if I notice likes start to jump, then that's a quick way. I don't know. I don't want to say a $5 super chat, but if you're like, no, do some live trades. $2 super chats would, that's another way you could communicate that. But I guess if you're going to throw up a $20 super chat, I wouldn't turn that down. But PayPal. We'll look at PayPal here. Christopher, hey, how are you? I recognize that name. So daily, yeah, looking rough. Trying to bounce a little bit here. The problem was even if it bounces more here on the daily, so let's just say that it continues to kind of grind higher. The one thing that's still not great is, okay, yeah, that's nice. There would be an upwards channel. But from the bigger picture, you'd have to be saying, well, what was happening before the upwards channel? And you say, well, the price was up here, and then it dropped all the way down there. And now all of a sudden, you have a bear flag pattern. No, like I mentioned earlier, just because you have a bullish pattern doesn't mean the price is for sure going upwards. Same is true on the flip side. Just because you have a bearish pattern doesn't mean for sure the price is going downwards. But do I think anybody would be shocked if the price all of a sudden came down there, broke, and then found more momentum? No, I don't think anybody would be shocked by that. Not guaranteed to happen, but that's the thing with PayPal right now is even if it does start to show some signs of strength, yeah, you would basically just be given a bear flag pattern. All right, we're over 50, so yeah, I think let's try to get some live trades going here, and I want to provide a little bit of context here. So who here does? Is anybody here just doing stocks? Or stocks or options or let me put it this way. Who here does not do futures or maybe has no idea what futures is? Give me a 5 if you either don't trade futures or you don't know what futures are. In the chat box, hit that number 5. Because I want to try to kind of see who I'm talking with here. Again, you don't trade futures or you don't even know what futures really are. Hit the number 5 in the chat box. So that implies that you're either, trading stocks or options or crypto or something like that. Okay, very good. So question number one I would have for all of you that are in that category is, do you have $25,000? If your answer to that question is no, I do not have $25,000, well then right away you're going to fall under what's called the pattern day trading rule, assuming you do stocks or options. Now, if you're doing Forex or you're doing crypto, there is no pattern day trading rule. But most people, especially on this live stream, they're doing stocks, and there's that pattern day trading rule. In the world of futures, there's no pattern day trading rule. You can trade as much as you want, which I think in and of itself, futures are very risky in my understanding. Edward, I'm glad you said that because that's going to help to leeway into the next thing. Thanks, buddy, for that video and trading, but it's time. Well, enjoy your lunch. The idea was you eat lunch and hang out with me, but if you got to go for lunch, so be it. So that's a big reason I would say there's no pattern day trader rule. Futures are also open pretty much around the clock. So they're not open 24/7 like crypto, but they're open a whole lot. So there's a lot of schedule flexibility. Another thing to keep in mind is if you want to short, you can just short. Compared to, okay, I want to do small caps or micro cap stocks or whatever. But, in order to find things to short, you have to search for them. You have to locate shares. Then you have to pay extra the borrow cost. For those of you that are in that realm, you know exactly what I'm talking about. You have a bunch of hassles and headaches and extra fees. In futures, that's not the case. If you want to short something, you just short it. Not a problem at all. And then as far as time in terms of scanning, right? In the world of all those other, you got to find the hot stock. What's moving? What's not moving? What's the new... Here, no, there's no scanning. You just trade the same thing every single day. Because once you identify what you want to trade, and I'll make a recommendation on what I think people should start with, then you know immediately what you should be focused on. Because you just go there, you don't have to pay for scanners, you don't have to spend your time doing scanners, you just go to what you want to trade. Any book recommendations on learning more about futures? No, I have no book recommendations, but I do have this recommendation. So let me find it real quick. There we go, blog. So this right here is a 4-part. So make sure you scroll down to the bottom because that's where class 1 is. But it'll give you everything you need to know about futures, how they work, all that sort of stuff. Which trades have I taken today? Well, I'm on a different account. I have taken trades today, but that's not what I want to focus on. But we're getting there. And then somebody validly said futures are very risky in my understanding. Well, to be fair, Edward, everything is very risky. If you don't know what you're doing, it's very risky. But that is where the final thing comes into play, and that is what futures has is what is known as prop firms, to which I would argue prop firms really, really help you manage risk. Because as traders, you're going to do stupid things. You're going to have those moments where you're like, wow, I can't believe I did that. But I mean, at least I learned a lot. But wow, I can't believe I did that, and I can't believe I lost so much. Whereas if you do futures trading through a prop firm, I remember you, James. James, you showed up, said that we were going to go to highs last week, and then when the exact opposite happened and I asked what was going on, you weren't anywhere to be found. So, no. Don't be doing that again. Right now, retest by power hour. Dude, no. And the thing that has caused me to, like, you lost credibility in my eyes, and I hope everybody's eyes, is not the fact that you were just dead wrong on Friday. It was the fact that you disappeared, and you were not here to be like, yeah, I totally got that wrong. Like, sorry. Like, we're all wrong as traders. We'll all be wrong as traders. But Yeah, James, see, and now it's getting even worse. You said within the hour. I remember you're like, yeah, within the hour we're gonna head back up. You're something about going down and then within the hour. And over the course of the live stream, which was more than an hour, we did the exact opposite. We drifted downwards that entire time. So no, don't try to rearrange. Don't move the goalposts here, James. Don't move the goalpost. It's like the person where the stock is dropping. It's going to go up. It's going up in the next hour. And then 3 hours passes. It's still going down. But then in the last 15 minutes, it goes up. It's like, see, I told you so. Told you so. Come on, James. Don't pee on our legs and tell us it's raining. People that were here on the Friday, we remember what you said. It was just, okay. James is going to be the first one that is, how does that work? No, I don't want timeout. I think hide, is that how that works? Okay. There we go. All right, James, we're all, see, this is one of my pet peeves. Like, we're all wrong as traders. Totally cool to be wrong. But if you're going to show up, talk a big game, make a bunch of claims, and then show back up and do the same thing, and then when you were wrong, just be gone. Like, hey, James, where are you at? Like, what is your thoughts? And you're just gone because what you showed up talking in a big way was wrong, and then you just disappear. And then you show up and you're like doing the same thing over again. And then when you're like, hey, what happened? Well, it actually, and then you move the goalpost. No. See, I believe in iron sharpening iron. And that's, James is not a piece of iron. I just want people, like I said, I'm wrong all the time. There's no shame in being wrong, but I'll be the first to be like, Matt, I got that wrong. But I'm not going to sit there and then just disappear and then show up and act like it didn't happen. Learning to get over emotions will help. Oh, for sure. Admitting being, No, that's a required skill. That's not like my opinion. And I'm not asking you to trust me or take my word for it. I could be a total stranger for you. But what I would submit to you is find somebody you do trust and be like, hey, there's this weird looking guy on a YouTube live stream that said one of the required skills to being a successful trader is being able to admit you were wrong. And see what they say. See what they say. But that is not an opinion. That is a fact. You, as a required skill as a day trader, need to be able to admit you're wrong. You just got to be more aggressive, Mark. Yeah, you got to just take the profits, and when they're there, just take them. So yeah, you're not going to have any home run trades just because trying to get a home run trade, if it snaps back, that could be rough. But you got to just be more aggressive. So anyways, back to the point about futures and why they're so great. So then we were talking about, aren't they risky? And yeah, they are risky. But the thing, I can try crazy backer, but again, I'm not making any claims because that's where the $5 super chats, because now we got 60 people. That's great. So I'm getting to the point where if you want my attention, then unfortunately it's got to be something that's going to catch it, or else I can't keep distracting myself like this. But I'm glad people are talking and asking questions. That's good. But the other thing is, okay, well, futures are risky. That's true, but everything's risky. And what prop firms allow you to do is shrink down the risk. And how do they shrink down the risk? Well, this is the prop firm that I use, that I recommend. It's Take Profit Trader. And like I said, they're kind of an indirect sponsor of this because, I'll explain that in a second. But what you see on the screen, right, on the top part is, you can get up $50,000 in buying power for 119. So that's what this is referring to. You could get $50,000 of buying power for 119. And then what they do is they say, but you can't lose more than 2,000. If you lose in more 2,000, well, then you have failed the test. You have, you lose the account. Now you can always purchase another account for 119, but you would have failed the test. But my point here is this. As a struggling trader, as a new trader, as somebody that's trying to figure things out, we all have those days where we lose our minds, we go on tilt, we do something really stupid, and we say, wow, I can't believe I did that, but I sure did learn a lot. I would rather have one of those moments not cost you $2,000, which anybody that's traded understands losses can add up in a hurry. And you're saying, wow, that was dumb. I took a huge loss. I did learn a lot, but yeah, that still burns because it was a huge loss. With a prop firm, you can have the same exact lesson, learn the same exact things, but have it only cost you 119. Because again, that was the cost of the account. So sure, maybe your account reflects 2,000, but you actually only lost $119. And I would argue that is a very efficient way to go about your learning journey, the journey of struggling and trying to figure things out. Did the prices go up? I thought it went up. Yeah. So actually, this is a better deal because so the way it works is you purchase an account, and you have to now prove yourself as a trader. So how do you prove yourself? How do they find that? Well, you have to make $3,000, and if you lose $2,000, then you fail. So assuming you can meet this criteria, make $3,000. Which is not a whole lot, especially when you see these contracts, and I'll show you here in just a little bit. But if you pass, then in order to get what was known as a funded account, you'd have to pay $130. But now part of this deal is you don't have to pay that $130. So it's a little bit more upfront, but on the secondary equation, it's actually less because you don't have to pay that $130. So when you do the entire numbers, it works out. The 2,000, is it the prop firm's money? This right here is all in a simulated environment. So they want to see if you can trade. And yes, it's a good question, Edward. No, they're not going to let you lose 2,000 of their money. No, it's a simulated environment. But still, I would rather, in the phases, I'd rather have that be 119. But once you pass a test, then you go on, and with the money you make, you can request what's known as payouts, and they'll send you the money. So I'm going to try this. Seems fun. Well, yeah, make sure you use that link, Lunchable, to get the 30% off, and then you won't have to pay any activation fee. But yeah, so this is going back to Edward's point. Yeah, it seems very risky. Well, everything's risky. And within that mind, especially during the learning phase, the struggling phase, trying to kind of narrow down what works for you, I would rather have those very big, oh, that was stupid. Oh, I lost a lot, but I learned a lot. I would rather have those moments cost you, again, simply the cost of the account, not actually $2,000 of your own money. Because, yeah, you can go use stocks and trade or crypto or trade these other things with your own money and have those dumb moments, but it's your money that will actually be lost. So what I want to focus on here is actually 25,000, because I know some of you are wondering, and this is my other thing, is as traders, we want volatility. We want things that move. Most people don't have a whole lot of money. So yeah, they're trying to grow their accounts. They're trying to, build things up, which is fine. So we do need volatility. It's hard to make money, on AT&T stock, which maybe, if it breaks out and goes 8 cents, it's like, whoa, that was a big breakout on AT&T. It's like 8 cents. So we do want volatility. So what I want to just illustrate here, and Take Profit Trader, so I could do this. So shout out to them. Like I said, if you appreciate the fact that they're doing this, they gave me a $25,000 account. They're like, yeah, you can go show your subscribers, show people on the live stream of what they could expect just within the futures world. So, I mean, I hold no bones about it. I am trying to convince those of you in stocks, options, Forex, crypto to at least give futures a try for all the reasons I've just gone through. And I'll go them very quickly because I know but reason number one, there's no pattern day trading rule, which is amazing in and of itself. Reason number two, they're open pretty much around the clock. Reason number three, if you want to short, you can just short. You don't have to go locate shares. You don't have to pay locate fees. You don't have to do any of that nonsense. You just short. Reason number four, you just trade the same thing every single day. So you don't have to pay for scanners. You don't have to spend your time scanning, looking for, what stock's hot, none of that. And then you can do things through a prop firm, which is what I was just talking about. They allow you to keep your risk very, very minimal because, your amount at risk is just whatever you paid for the account. Is futures trading similar to trading stocks? Yeah, no. If you use charts, it is, and I'll show you what I mean by that. If you pass the test and profit 3,000, you get the cash out of No, passing the test is just to get to the funded part. Like anything you do here, so when you take this test, you want to stop immediately once you make $1,500 because anything above there doesn't do you any good. The only point is at this point proving that you can trade, right? Because a prop firm, they're not just going to start to you have to actually be able to prove yourself. And again, how is prove yourself being defined? You've got to be able to make $1,500 and you can take as long as you want, but they're concerned about risk management. They're not going to let you go act like a degenerate because if you lose $1,500, then you're out. Now, if you do the 50,000 account, the goal is 3,000. They will not let you lose 2,000. Now, if you want to go and purchase $150,000 worth of purchasing power, then right there the goal is 9,000, but they don't want you to lose more than 4,500. So it's all different amongst the account size. But again, even in this situation, if you went and did something really bad, went on tilt, lost your mind, and then you're looking during the test phase here and you're down 4,500, sure, they took the account away from you. But did you lose 4,500 from that? No, you would have lost just the cost of that account. But what I want to look at is 25,000 because this is the bare minimum that you could expect in terms of volatility. So again, shout out to Take Profit Trader. They donated this account. So I don't want to say that I'm going to be reckless, but even if it blows up, even if we, take a trade and then I lose $1,500 and, the account would be over, that's okay because it was donated by them so I can illustrate how futures work. And as Edward said, do they trade like stocks? Well, right now, Edward, my question to you is, if you didn't know this was futures, could you see this, and I'll ask this to everybody, but Edward, could you see this being a stock chart? So again, if you did not know that this was a futures chart, could you see this being a stock chart or a crypto chart or a Forex chart? I agree, Edward. Yeah, because a chart is a chart. A chart is just telling us what a price is doing. And in the world of futures, yeah, futures have a price that's fluctuating. So that's also going to, give us candlestick analysis. So yes, this is exactly like trading those because it's just candlesticks moving up and down. So can confirm futures trading is better than stocks for people who are low on risk. Yeah, thank you, Salty War Pig. So Salty War Pig is somebody that's just last week was coming from like stocks and stuff. So when he's saying, yeah, futures trading is better, I've never met, well, I take that back. There's been one person. So we're at like 99%. But I've never, besides that one person, anybody that's tried futures have been like, no, I don't like them. No, everybody likes them because, especially if you're someone that falls into that pattern day trader rule. All right, let's go back to the 2-minute time frame here. So good questions, and I'll keep my eye to keep asking them. 2-minute. But, yeah. Like I said, for people that want to ask questions, if you want me to for sure get your question, $5 super chats do that. But like, yeah, I thank you, Bagel, for your question, but I'm not going to really talk tariffs and stuff right now. I want to do some live trades. So what I want you to mainly focus on, because again, right now it's, okay, but are futures worth it? Are they actually volatile? More than fair question. So what I'm going to do here is do the bare minimum of what you could expect volatility-wise. So bare minimum. And right now there's nothing, but down here you're going to start to see a number that's fluctuating around. Now, when I make these trades, don't follow me. I'm doing this I'm trying to do a lesson here in terms of just showing people the volatility. So I'm not saying there's a ton of logic behind any of this. So don't do that, okay? Don't follow. Not to mention there's like a little delay here. So don't do that. But what I want to show you is just how volatile they are. And again, just to provide a little context, I'm doing a $25,000 account. Well, how much can $25,000 get you? It can get you 3 of very, very volatile contracts. So I'm going to show everybody both. These are the very volatile ones. And then you could do 30 of the less volatile ones. So right now, we are going to look at the bare minimum. So we're going to look at just one of the minimally volatile ones. So just one. And keep in mind, this could go up to 30. So right here, I'm doing 1, but that number could be 30. All right, this is good. So let's get short right here.
Order filled.
Okay, so right here, watch this number fluctuate. Nope, I lied. I'm on the wrong thing right now. All right, I'm actually on one of the very volatile ones. So this is an error on my part, but we'll let it play out. So put a stop up there. So let's see if this wants to come down. And just watch that number. These are the very volatile ones. And it's only one of them. Only one of them.
Order filled.
Right, I'm out just because that was a mistake on my part. So $95 just like that. Now, you just saw it. Again, I didn't flip. So right up here on their platform, I meant to click that. So error on my part. If you're going to do both of them, make sure you're on the right one because I do both MNQ and NQ. NQ, what you just saw, but that's a very volatile one. So looking at those numbers, just ask yourself, okay, how did you feel about how those numbers were fluctuating? Did that seem like quite a bit or nothing at all? If you're saying, that didn't seem like much at all. Okay, remember, you could have changed this number up here to 3. So it would have been 3 times what you just witnessed right there. Because again, here, with the 25,000. The very volatile ones, they would let you do up to 3 of those. So that is one of the very volatile set. And what I would recommend if you're going to do this is you want to start on the MNQ. MNQ. The NQ stands for you're trading basically the NASDAQ market, but the M stands for micro, meaning your risk is going to be micro. Sure, your profits will be less, but as I'm about to show you, I think it's still pretty volatile for even just 1 micro. So, but that was one of the more volatile ones, and you could have done up to 3 on that. But let's say like, no, I don't even think 3 is enough volatility for me. Again, there is a resolution to that. Then you could be like, okay, well, why don't you just buy $50,000 of buying power, and then you could go up to 6. Maybe like, no, that's still not good enough for me. I need volatility. Okay, well then, if you're just, fine, you could go up to the 150, and then you could buy up to 15 of those. That is craziness. Again, you saw how just one was fluctuating and how I made $95 in, I don't know, was that like 30 seconds? Can you imagine if I had 15 of those? So volatility is fully in your hands. You just need to decide how much volatility do you want, and then you can just look at how many contracts. But because Take Profit Trader, which is who you're seeing here and who I would recommend, use that link so you can get the deal. But because this is the bare minimum, I just want to show you the bare minimum of what you could expect trading futures through a prop firm. And again, this is within the context of there's no pattern day trading rule. And your risk is simply the risk that you purchased the buying power for. So again, what we're looking at here, $25,000 count, your risk would be 105, because if you go out there and do something really stupid and you lose 1,500, you're not losing 1,500 of your money. You just would be losing the 105. All right, so let's go now to double check. All right, now we are on the very, very minimal. And just for example's sake, let's go, and I'm going to get short, or should I just go long? Okay, let's try this. Let's try to buy on a pullback here. So just one. And if I get filled, if it hits that green line, which is awesome too, because I'm thinking about the platform, just entered in that order, clicking. Didn't have to press any buttons at all. Now you can do buttons up here, but if you want, like, if I wanted to go short here, I'd do that and click sell and boom. See my order up there? Exit it out right there. But if that fills, I want you to watch the number down here and watch how that fluctuates, assuming I can get filled here on the back test of the breakout. Hey, Chris, good to see you. Again, if you're enjoying this, if you feel like you're learning stuff, hit that like button. We're at 37. I want to get up to 60, so we're doing well. Okay, and I want to get a trade on. So let's just, again, don't follow me. I'm not making any claims that these make a whole lot of sense. I'm trying to illustrate. So, okay, we are now in. So watch this number here. It is smaller compared to the first one that you saw. That's why I say the other ones are the really volatile ones. But even right now, how does this feel? And again, if you're saying that number's not really moving enough for me, as I pointed out, okay, fine. You could go up as high as changing that number to 30. This is only one. This is literally the bare minimum. So let's put my stop loss right. Let's make sure this is a winning trade. So there we go. Now this is a winning trade for sure. I'm gonna just bring my stop loss down as it goes. There we go. Let me bring it down a little bit. I'm just trailing it down. So this is a winning trade no matter what. My green line is in front of the blue line. My green line is my stop loss. The blue line was my entry. So I'm out there. So right there, you could just $13. That's all you made. Again, to reiterate, that could have been way more because I'm doing the bare minimum. That was 1 micro contract. So if that was not good enough for you, fair enough. I'm not here to tell you what your standard of volatility should be. I'm only trying to convey to you is if that did not meet your standard of volatility, you have a lot of wiggle room. You could have changed that to 30, or you could have gone and said, no, I don't want the $25,000 account. I want a $100,000 account. And then you could have done up to 120. That number there could have been 120. So that's what I mean by why futures are awesome. You can manipulate your standard of volatility. You can bring your standard of volatility, what you're looking for, into fruition just based on your position size, which is going to be based on your account size, which is also what I find very, very beneficial. Because well, how much can I afford for this? How much can I afford for that? If I get, $75,000 of buying power, what does that afford me? They do all the math for you. There you go. $75,000 buying power, you can do 9 of the very volatile contracts, or you could do 90 of the less ones. So right there, you don't have to do any math. You don't have to figure anything out. It's telling you upfront what that purchasing power is going to actually get you. How long is it going to take to be activated for take profit? Not that long. Maybe like 30 minutes, Philip. And Did you use the link, Philip? Hopefully you used my link. So, and that reminds me, the other super nice thing about this is, and you know, I don't want to speak for those of you or for everybody, but I find like when you sign up for a new broker, oh, now I got to go through the sign up process and I got to submit this and that, and I got to do all this sort of stuff. I'll let Philip, if he wants to chime in. I think that, would you agree, Philip, that the registration process was like super easy, super straightforward? Because what they'll do is take Profit Trader, the prop firm, will then go and create the broker account for you. And then all they're going to do is email you your username, your password, and then you just log in. So it is really, so that's what Philip's asking is he's signed up. Now he's saying, okay, well, how long does it take for me to get my account login information? And that's what I was telling him, usually not that long at all. Honestly, it just seems like a fun challenge. No, it is. It's a challenge with a whole lot of upside potential because, like I said, especially here, right here, you're paying the 105 if you pass. Part of this deal right now is there's no activation fee. Usually, if you pass, then you have to pay 130 to get to the funded stage of the account. But right now, there is no 130, so no activation fee. So it would be literally 105, and then you start making money. And then, I mean, the returns on investment are crazy. I'm still waiting for my email, but signing up was like, okay, thank you, Lunch. So Lunchable, hopefully he used my link too. But as he confirms, signing up was like 1 minute. Exactly. So you sign up here, they'll create the brokerage account for you, and then you can get right to it. Piano Revolution. Literally just did the same trade. Been practicing in my sim account on Trade08, looking into... Yeah, Piano. Yeah, well, good. What was the trade? Were we short? I don't... Oh, yeah, Nate, no, we went short, right? And then it came down, but then it just snapped back up on us, huh? So we'll do some more trades because I want to show you the volatility. Again, I know we have a constant stream of new people getting logged on. A shout out to Take Profit Trader. They donated this $25,000 account. And to give them credit, of course, I mean, they'd love for you to sign up with them. I would love for you to sign up with them through my link, of course. Like, again, this is a for-profit business. But also, they're on board. I said, hey, I'm just trying to get people to, you know, be aware of futures because I remember having less than $25,000 and having to deal with a pattern day trading rule where you can't trade as much as you want, and it's just very frustrating, that rule in and of itself. But now you can do things in a learning fashion where, I mean, I've done so many dumb things and look at them like, wow, that dumb thing where I did learn a lot, but that just cost me thousands of dollars. But now you can do those dumb things and not have it. Sure, you still lose thousands of dollars within the test phase account, but it doesn't actually cost you that because you're only out what the price of the account. Nice, at 43 likes already. Yeah, oh, yes, thank you, Salty. And Salty says, and you can have 5 accounts and trade that. So yes, and the other thing with prop firms, which is just crazy, is you could have up to 5 accounts and then you what's called copy trading them. So in other words, let's just look at this, that $95 trade. So let's say I had 5 accounts and I made that trade just one time. And then I copied it to my other 4 accounts. How that works is now I would have reflected 5 trades where each one I made $95. Even though I only did 1 trade, but you can copy those trades to the other accounts. So, and they'll let you have up to 5 accounts. So in other words, that one trade where I made 95, it could have been 5 of those trades. So that could have been a $500 total. So that's the other nice thing about prop firms is they allow you to get multiple accounts and you can copy trade them. Now, of course, you got to know what you're doing, right? Because if you're buying all these accounts and then you're just blowing them up, it's like, okay, well, I mean, it cuts both ways. But that's why I would rather, and I'd say, you know, I'm not saying anybody goes and just gets 5 right away. Like if you're brand new to futures, get 1 and start with MNQ. So again, the lower risk. But that is true. And that's what I mean by you put so little of your money on the line, but there's so much upside potential. And not only just because it's futures in and of itself, but then you then you factor in the ability to copy trade multiple accounts. And things can, go up in a hurry. Killing it today. This morning, I think I hit every single spike both ways. Okay, you're killing it. You're not getting killed today. Hopefully that I'm understanding that right, Chris, that you're doing the killing. You're not getting killed by the spikes. Edward, so the goal is to get picked up by the prop firm and use your money and then by trading with their money. Okay, yes. So that's another good question, Edward. So yes, the goal is to pass this test phase. So again, with the $25,000, in order to pass, you have to make $1,500. I recommend getting it done within a month, which is realistic because you don't have to pay another $105. because after you pass, then this per month thing just goes away. But during the test phase, you can take as long as you want. Like I said, I would recommend aiming to get it done within a month so that you don't get hit with that fee again. But and it can be more than a month, but you just have to be able to make 1,500 before you lose 1,500. And then, of course, like I said, that the max they'll allow you to do is those positions right there. But assuming you pass, then no, wrong way. So right here. So then you move. So you have the test phase, and then you have Pro and Pro Plus. So Pro right here, you get to keep 80% of what you make. If you go to Pro Plus, then you would be getting to keep 90% of your gains. So thank you, Edward. I kind of always forget to talk about you get to make money, and that's true, but you don't get to keep all your money because, again, it's a profit split at that point. So again, Pro, 80% you keep. Pro Plus, you get to keep 90. Salty Warburg, it can be used on phone. Yeah, not bad. Again, and just as a reminder, everybody, I will do a analysis if you have something you want me to take a look at. So whether that's a stock or an option or futures or Forex, I will still do that. But right now, that's going to take a $5 super chat for me to get to that because right now I'm kind of more so in. Okay, here we go. We're getting a pullback here. So see, and you want to make sure to check because I almost just potentially try to buy. So I'm doing the bare minimum because I want everybody to see the bare minimum volatility that you could get. So I think this is, we're good enough here. Not the best trade, but for example's sake, there we go.
Filled.
So watch this number right here. And what you need to be asking yourself is, how do I feel about that number? And if you're saying, I feel as though that number is fluctuating too slowly, then the remedy to that is just come up here and you can change that. In the size of this count, you could change that number as high as 30. As high as 30. And that number would definitely be fluctuating a whole lot quicker. But right now, we are doing and looking at the bare minimum that you could expect. So I am long. I want to see this thing go up. I'm debating if I should add in another one just so you could see what two of them looks like. But we'll stick with one. So there we go. You can see the green. And look how smooth these trade. I mean, nice and smooth. They're very liquid markets. So let's see if this thing wants to push up. At this point, let's make this a winning trade. So my stop is right there. So now, worst case scenario, this is a winning trade for me. It's just a question of, does this want to keep pushing upwards, which is awesome, right? My only issue right now is I don't know how much money I'm going to make. I know I'm going to make money because my stop is above my entry, but how much money am I going to make? That's the one thing I do not know. So yeah, if this wants to push up some more, I'm going to bring up my stop loss more. But let's see. But I am guaranteed a winning trade right now. Again, continue to watch this and ask yourself, how do you feel about those numbers? Come on, push up. There. Oh, listen to me. Oh, now it's being difficult. So let's see if this thing wants to push. Now I'll bring up my stop loss some more. If it can hit these highs, I'll bring up my stop loss to just below that dotted yellow line there, which is VWAP, but I want to see it give a push. Now this is the, like I said, bare minimum. This is on one. I'm up over 20, and that's only one. I could be 30. So the numbers you see at the max, multiply by 30. All right, there we go. I'm going to move it just below VWAP there. So now I'm making even more money because I've been able to adjust my stop loss up. Let's see if we can get this thing to really surge. And, I'm close to getting stopped. Come on, VWAP, provide some support here. Again, bare minimum of volatility that you could be looking at. That's what you're seeing on here, bare minimum. If it's not good enough for you, totally get it. It can be remedied. Because this number right here, I could have changed and done 30. But I am literally at 1. Come on, push upwards. There we go. There we go. Come on, we're on live stream. Come on. Okay, I'm going to move it up to just slightly right there. So just letting it work for me.
Order filled.
Okay.
Order filled.
So I am now out. I don't remember where I was at before that, but there we go. So that volatility right there, you got to ask yourself, how do you feel about that? Wow, we're at 49 likes. Fantastic. As I was telling people, the goal is 60. So if you're enjoying this live trading, if you're enjoying just getting a glimpse into the futures market and realizing what is available to you, and I know we have people around the world. The other nice thing about Take Profit Trader, who again, thank you. They're, in an indirect sense, sponsoring this video because I did donate this $25,000 account so I can show people things. But the other nice thing is for international, and I love this, as somebody that is this the right? Yeah, as somebody that's constantly getting people questions from around the world. Hey, who do you recommend? Who do you recommend? Fine. I mean, that's a good question, but because I'm in India, or I'm in Australia, or I'm in, so they're open to people around the world. Now, if you see your country on this list, that's not good. You would not be able to use them. But if you do not see your country on this list, you could use them. So the argument for those international people are, if you want a super quick and straightforward pathway to get access into the USA markets, here you go. And I always get a lot of people questions from people from India. India, not on the list. So if you're in India, you could do exactly what I'm showing here. A lot of people from, the UK. UK is not on the list. A lot of people from Canada. Canada's not on the list. So yes, and this is, like I said, as somebody that gets a lot of questions. Hey, Clay, I'm in this country. Who would you recommend as a broker? Who can I use as a broker? I want to trade the USA markets. It's like, here you go. Use them. Can you use this? Can you use this on phone, or has it? No, you could get a question, Albanian. It is on. You can use it on the phone. Oh, and thank you, Salty Warpig. All right, we're gonna try to take another trade here. This looks like maybe. Again, I'm an idiot. This is on delay. Don't puppet me. Don't follow. Don't do any of that. Okay? Don't do any of that. This is for literal educational purposes to get you aware of how the futures market works, how they fluctuate, and all that. So we'll see if it can push up through that area right there. And again, now I could set a buy order right there. I could say a buy limit, meaning only buy if it hits that green line. That's one way you could put in orders. Or you can just hover over the button and buy market, buy bid. So, I mean, the platform is very, very straightforward. Thanks, Mark. Yeah. So what do people think? Do I just go long right now, or should I wait for a breakout? What would you do? James Bond, I mean, he would tell us what to do. Do you trade SPY futures? I don't. I like the MNQ, but yeah, you could trade the ES. What is the difference between futures and regular price? I'm not sure. I don't understand what you're asking. Difference between futures and regular price. You're going to have to more specify what do you mean by regular price. Amazing. This is a great group. We're at 56 likes already. Can we get up to 60? Nobody has any thoughts on if we should wait for the breakout or buy right now. It's okay. I'm not going to be mad at anybody. Again, this account was donated for the sake of this live stream. So if you're wrong and if I blow up the account, that's okay. The goal here is to show people, to give people insight to the futures market and why it's truly a valid and valuable pathway that you can take as somebody that has less than $25,000 and has a pattern day trading rule, or maybe you're trading crypto, right? And sure, you get those pump and dumps every now and then, but then it's just like crickets because there's things not moving. Think about it. It's 12:30 p.m. right now, and this is good quality movement. Buy right and buy vote long. What's the time frame? This right now is a 2-minute. So a lot of people are saying buy. Scalp breakout. The difference between, let's say, Nvidia and the live market versus futures market. So if you want to trade Nvidia, Luke, you're going to have to deal with the pattern day trading rule because that's a stock. And you're going to need a lot more money. Because in order to buy 100 shares of Nvidia, I mean, do you have $100,000 or do you have, $100,000? Okay, now I will buy with the pullback here.
Order filled.
Okay, I am in. So again, the number to watch is just right there. Look at how it fluctuates. If you're like, oh, wow, that's pretty good. Or what's up with those numbers? Why are they so small? Totally fine. Totally fine. You could go up there and change that to 30 based on the account we're using. If we were on a different size account, that number could go up to over 100. But again, it just depends on the account size being used. Got a bit of a bounce here. Let's see if we can some follow through. But again, just the number. What I want to focus on. I'm not trying to impress you with nothing. That's not the point of this. The point of this is what do you think about the numbers you're seeing fluctuating? Because you can get access to this and not have to worry about pattern day trading rule, not have to worry about spending money on scanners because you got to look for things. No, you trade the same thing all the time. All I trade is MNQ or NQ. So we'll see if this wants to bounce. Again, don't follow me. These are trades that have maybe a little logic behind them, but the goal here is to show people what is possible. So let's see if it wants to come up through. If it can get to these highs here, I'll get my stop loss in at break even, but I want to see if it can push back upwards. Again, this is the bare. I am doing 1 micro for a reason. I'm trying to set the baseline as this is the minimal it would be. Minimal it would be with 1 micro. I mean, this is nice, smooth action. You know, you look at some stocks and stuff, and at this time of day, you know, especially, I get it. You don't have a whole lot of money, so I got to trade stocks below $10, or I got to trade penny stocks. And you look at those charts, and they barely budge. They're not smooth at all. They're just very choppy looking. But oh, look at all this, and look how it trades. Very, very smooth, very manageable, very easy. Like I said, okay, I'll put it, boom, right there. So see how fast my stop loss was in there? I'll cancel that out for now, but again, that's the goal. Just watch that number. If you're not happy with it, I want more volatility. I need more volatility, Clay. No problem. You can change that. Is this thing going to bounce or not? Stop loss, my beloved. Well, I'm contemplating if I want to add another one just so we can show just what one more brings to the party. And I think we're going to do that. So, come on. Fill me. Okay.
Order filled.
So now I'm at 2. So these numbers are going to be fluctuating that much more because I'm at 2. But it's still only 2. So let's see if it does want to bounce. Yeah. Got my stop loss down there. So you can see right now. So I'm all out right there. I'm willing to take off 1 right here. If it wants to come up to that area, I'll take 1 off. So it's just a question of, again, you better not be following me. I make no claims that any of this has a whole lot of logic. My point is I'm just trying to show people what the futures mark. Somebody asked, what's it like to trade futures? Well, you're seeing it right now. You're seeing the volatility. You're seeing how gains can add up. You're seeing, getting all of that. But now just looking for this thing to push upwards, hit that red line, which would allow me to sell. Now, you don't do shares in futures, contracts. So right now I own 2 contracts. So I'm looking to sell a contract up here at that red line. This red line down here is my stop loss. I am long right now. And if you're enjoying it, super chats are great. Even to like if you're liking this, I mean, if we could get up over $10 in super chats, that would be great. That would be great. But we're at good. We might be at a record of concurrent viewers. So like I said, how do you feel about all these numbers? We are now at 2, so they're going to be quicker, but it's still only 2 at this size of account. That, the 2 could be as high as 30. See if it wants to push up. Come on, push up and fill me. Getting close. Getting close. If it does, then I'm bringing my stop loss up. But it's got to hit that red line. Let's see if it can fill me. Did bounce nicely off the purple line right there, which is that 50-period moving average. But now it's got a toy with us. Come on, just hit that red line. Hit it. Oh, you little rat. There we go. All right. So we are now in the green. I'm going to put my stop right there. So now, worst case scenario, we are making money no matter what. Just a question of how much money. And I say that because, I don't know how high this is going to go. So that's a great spot to be in as a trader when you don't know, when your only stress in the world is how much money am I going to make? Not if I make money, but how much. Because at this point, I know I'm making money. I just don't know how much because I don't know how high this thing is actually going to break out. Struggling with VWAP right now, which is why I had my sell order where I did because I could see this getting rejected back down. But this is a winning trade no matter what. Hey, Chris, I appreciate it. Come on, come back up. Give it a little chance to consolidate, but very stress-free spot to be when you know that it's not if you make money, but how much money am I going to make? I've already locked in some gains. I have my stop loss in the profit. So can it push up through VWAP? And then the next key battleground will be the trend line. So if it can start knocking on the trend line's doors, I'll move my stop loss up to just below VWAP. But in order for me to be able to move my stop loss, it's got to get up and start knocking on that door. But VWAP is the question. So not shocking at all that the price is right now struggling at that area. But if it can get a break up through VWAP, I like the chances that it's got a chance to push up to at least that resistance line there. Now, what it does at the resistance trend line, I don't know. Obviously, at this point, I would love to see it come up there, break through it, and then just, start booming. But right now, it's just a question. Come on, get up there. I want to move my stop loss. But it's got to hit that yellow line for me to be able to move my stop loss. Come on. I'm on live stream. Help me out. Just give me a huge breakout so I can look like a genius trader, okay? There we go. Is it going to hit? That's close enough. That's close enough. There we go. Moving my stop loss up even more. Now, can we get the break of the trend line? That is the question. Can we get the break of the trend line? Or is it going to come down and stop me out? Come on, don't do it. Don't do it. There we go. Push back up. There's nothing to see down here. Nothing to see. Nothing to see. There we go. It believed me. It believed me. There is some stuff to see up here, though. There is some stuff to see up here. Let's see if it listens. Yeah, up here. It's listening. It's listening. Come on, need to get more of a break. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Come on, up here. Up here. There's lots to see up here. The view's great. Uh-oh. Come on, push upwards. Let's get that break. Let's get that break. There we go. Okay, I'm up to the low of that candle now. See, just move my stop loss up. Let it work for me. Come on, keep working. Keep working. There we go. Okay, let me move it up some more. Very good. Let me get it just below the lows of these former breakout areas right there. Very good. Come on, I hear this pink line is a wonderful place. Uh-oh. Again, if it hits that red line, I'm out, but I'm just letting it stress-free place to be. Not if I make money, how much money am I going to make? Let's see if it wants to keep on pushing. Oh, close. Close to stopping me out. And again, this is in the middle of the afternoon. And look at this beautiful breakout action, nice smooth action, and I am out. So right there, the power of futures. And that was only with two. That was only two contracts that I had at max. So again, I'm not here to tell you what your standard volatility should be. My goal here is to just show you, let you decide, and help you to understand that if that was still not good enough for you, then at this size account, you could have changed that number up to 30. If you're like, no, 30 still wouldn't be good enough, no problem. All you'd have to do is like, okay, well, go to... Whoops, wrong way. You could go here and just say, okay, well, I want a $50,000 account. Okay, that's going to cost you $119 for $50,000 of purchasing power, which means you could have changed that micro number up to 60. Again, I only had two. Like, no, I want a $100,000 account. All right, that's going to cost you $231, but you could have had that number be 120. Again, that whole trade was me at two of those. How much of that was for profit? I don't know. What was that number at beforehand? Does anybody remember what that number? It's at 118 now. Does anybody know what that was at beforehand? Do a 60, for example. I can't. This is a $25,000 account. It was at 19. Oh, it was at 19? So there we go. So that was basically a $99 trade then. On just two micro contracts. That was only two. And I made essentially $100. And it was only two micro contracts. So if you're looking at that saying, whoa, yeah, that's what I mean. If you're like, man, $100 in, I don't know, what was that? Maybe 5 minutes, 6 minutes. Yeah, that was only two. And again, you can get access to that buying power by using the link at the top. So make sure you use that link. And it would cost you 105. 105. Now that says per month, but the test phase, I would encourage you, and it's more than reasonable. I mean, I hope you're seeing how it is reasonable to be able to make $1,500 in a month when you could have done up to 30 of those micros. Ooh, now we're getting a bigger pullback. So give me a 5 if people want to see just one, but of the volatile contracts. One of the volatile. Hit the number 5 in the chat box, and we can up the spice level here a little bit, which I am willing to do because, again, thank you to Take Profit Trader for donating this $25,000 account so that I can do these lessons, educate people, show people just what the futures market through a prop firm has to offer, because that is my goal. I want you to just be aware. I wish this existed when I got started, was a broke college kid, definitely didn't have $25,000, so I had to deal with the pattern day trading rule. It was so annoying, so frustrating. And then, when I would take losses with my money, a $1,500 loss was literally $1,500 of my own money. All right, here we go. Okay. We are doing one. So look at this number down here. We're doing just one of the more volatile. So let's see.
Order filled.
I am in. I'm in and scared because this is the more volatile one. In and scared. So look at that. Look at that. You see how much it jumped just like that? In a weird way, I don't really care. Look at that. Look. What do you think about that for volatility, huh? Again, these are not for educate, or this is not like, a lot of this has very little logic behind it. I'm doing it just so people can see. But the good drop down here. So you're watching, just watch that number. And if you are sitting there saying, no, that's not good enough for me, I want more volatility, okay, then you could change that number right there up to 3. So it would be triple what you're seeing here. So right now, does it want to? Oh no. Should I buy another one? I think I'll buy another one just so you can see what 2 of them looks like.
Order filled.
So there we go. Now look at this. Now look at how it's gone. Now remember, I can't. If this goes up over 1,500, account's over. And I could still do one. I could still do one more is what I meant to say. So if it gets up over that blue line, that means I'm back in the green. That means that number there would change to green. But I need the price to get back above that blue line. Let's see, can it do it? Can it get above that blue line? Oh, just got rejected. How does that work? Like, the market knew where my entry was, and then it just rejected it right off where my entry was. Come on, push up. Oh.
Order filled.
So out there. So mission accomplished. You saw. Now, again, I'm not saying any of that was good trading. I'm not saying that's how you should trade. That's not what I'm trying to illustrate here. I'm only trying to illustrate just what you could expect within the futures market. As somebody that is maybe just kind of, in the crypto market. Yeah, I mean, things can move and move quick, but it happens and then it's all over because like there's a pump and dump or a rug pull or just, but like I said, we're at almost 1 o'clock in the afternoon, when markets are supposed to be slow. And, there's a lot of potential here. Do one more. Oh, yeah, sorry, too late now. I guess I should have held more, but like I said, I just want people to see. So we're doing very well on the account right now, huh? Not too bad for kind of some just, like I said, not totally random trading. There is, some logic. I'm not just like throwing, but at the same time, I'm not advocating anybody follow me. You should not follow me. This is not intended for this at all. I think, can we get up to 70? I'm gonna, okay, we have, if we can get up to 100 likes, we're at 66 right now. If we can get up to 100 likes by, I guess in, 17 minutes, that would put us in an hour and a half live stream. Then I'll go for another 15 minutes. But let's see if we can push that up to 100 likes. So we're at 66 now. So I think it's within, oh, wow. Then somebody just lowered it down to 65. Brutal. And once again, for any of you that are here, if you would like an analysis on one of your stock positions or crypto positions or anything, $5 super chats, I will take a look. But right now, it seems as though the most popular thing is the live trading with futures. Okay, maybe we got another trade here. We'll see if it wants to come up. Again, don't follow. This is not financial advice. This is literally for educational purposes so people can see. Nice, 73 likes. Very good. Let's just go back to, so let's just do this. Let me go up to 5 so you can see what 5 look like. Okay, so right now I'm not at the bare minimum. Again, not saying this is a great entry point, but
order
there
filled.
we go. So now I'm at 5 micros. So I'll take one off there if it wants to come down. Take one off there if it wants to come down. Stop is up there. So there we go. Let's see if this wants to break down some. Do not follow me. Do not follow me. There is logic behind all this, but are these like A+ setups? No, I'm just doing things for the sake of... So again, here's 5 micros. And look at these numbers. How do you feel about those numbers fluctuating the way they are? Just to reiterate, if you're saying, no, that's not really fast enough for me, okay, you could change that number up to 30. All I'm at right now is 5. That number could go as high as 30. But let's see if this wants to break down or not. So what I want you to focus on is that number right there. I don't know. Should I get it in futures trading? Would it be worth it? I don't know. Because I'm operating the assumption that as a day trader, you want volatility, you want movement, you want the ability to grow money, which is what you need volatility for. Yes, that means you can lose money too. That's why risk management matters. But that's why I like prop firms, because they force rules upon you that make you manage risk. And that is a good thing. You want rules that manage risk, and that's what they will force upon you. So just a waiting game right now at 73 likes. Very good. Come on, look, can we at least get that to 75? So let's see if it wants to come back down. So yeah, just that number. That's the key number right there. Isn't this a 25,000 account? You're only supposed to do 3? I'm on micros, Mark. I'm on micros. I'm on the MNQ right now. So I could do up to 30. See? Mark didn't even know. I mean, 5 micros is so volatile. He thought this was the higher volatility ones. But no, this is the low volatility. This is the micros, the MNQ. And the MNQ is what I would recommend you start with. Because the other ones, as you saw, wow, those numbers fluctuate a whole lot. So we'll see if this wants to break down. We're getting, somewhat of a little bit of a bear pennant here. Well, something like that. Can we get the break to the downside? Maybe a little bit here. Can it hit these lines? I'm taking one. So I'm short for those beginners, meaning I want prices to go down. So that's what going short is. Oh, come on. How did I not get filled right there? It hit right that line. So again, I want to get out down here because I'm short, meaning I want prices to go down. How is it not filling me? Come on now. Are you serious? There we go.
Filled.
There is one out. So let's just do this. Let me put my stop. Yeah, slightly in the green now. Let's make this a winning trade. And if this wants to keep breaking down, then I'll just adjust my stop down. But let's let this work for me. Good. Come on, keep coming down. Okay, I'm going to put it right above that high there. So again, not if I make money. My only stress right now is how much money am I going to make? Welcome to the world of futures. There we go. Let's go. Come on, keep coming down. Yeah, I'm being super aggressive with my stop, but keep coming down. Let's see if we can get more of a breakdown. There we go. Push down lower. This current area is being pretty stubborn here. Can it push down more? Again, I am short, so for you beginners, that means I want to see prices going down. Right now, that is a good thing. That is why you see right here these numbers adding up. Bring it down a little bit more. What I'm going to do here is just take one out.
Order filled.
And then just have my stop loss be right there. So I can at least lock out some towards the bottom there. But is it going to stop me out or is it going to come back? And
Stop
out there.
filled.
So there was another trade. And that was 5 micro. So again, that's not the bare minimum you could expect. That was more than that because it could have been slower had I just done 1. But wanted to give you an idea of what 5 looked like. But that was, I mean, quite frankly, nothing fancy there. That was just, who can tell me what that pattern is? Who can tell me what did I just draw there? We'll do some education right now. What is that yellow thing that I just drew? Great, Hakeem. Did you use my link, Hakeem? No. Nope. Incorrect. Incorrect. Is that you, 40? Yeah, that's got to be you. Is that you, 40? If it is you, you'll know. Thank you for using my link. Nope. That pattern. That is not a bear flag. That is not a bear flag. That is a bear pennant. If I put the golf hole up here for you golfers, did everybody see the upside down golf hole? A bear flag would be a beautiful upwards channel like this. That is a bear flag. This was a triangle. Therefore, a bear pennant. Isn't a flag a pennant? No, because here's the difference. Flag is an upwards channel. Pennant has a flat top resistance. They are not the same. Nope. But oh. Why did I get so aggressive? Why did I get so aggressive with my stop loss? That's okay. Yeah, I appreciate it, Akeem. Good, I'm glad. What's the difference? Okay, I'm assuming some of these questions are showing up after I show because I just showed what the difference is. Come on, we got 9 minutes. Can we get 25 more likes? Or I'll go a $20 super chat. There we go. Either 25 more likes or a $20 super chat. And I'll go another 15 minutes at 1:30 or at the hour 30 minute mark. We'll do some more live trades. Have we even had any losing trades yet? Not too bad for kind of just using very little. Again, that one was not very little logic. That was just, literally just a bear pennant. That's what that was. But again, don't follow me. Don't follow me. It's no different outcome. Both are likely. Well, no, I agree. The outcome is bearish. But just because the outcome is likely to go down is why it makes it bearish. But that, according to you, then, like, a rising wedge is the same as a bear flag, which is the same as a descending triangle, which is the same as, like, any bearish pattern with that logic is like they're all the same because the end outcome is likely to go down. It's like, no, I would agree their outcome is the same, likely to go down, but the pattern of themselves are not the same. So they are different. $78 likes. Okay, I think we got a chance. So again, for those of you that are maybe just going to log on, I'm showing people the power and the benefit of the futures market. If you are a stock trader or options trader and you're sick and tired of the pattern day trading rule, please understand there's no pattern day trading rule here in futures, and you can get involved in the market for all you need to do is sign up for his course. No, don't have to sign up for my course to get involved in futures. All you got to do is you got to go there and right there. You could gain access to, like I said, what you're seeing here is all possible with this account right here, $25,000 account, which is 105, gives you $25,000 of purchasing power. And then the goal is to prove yourself as a trader. How do you prove yourself as a trader? You've got to make $1,500. You are not allowed to lose $1,500 though. If you lose $1,500, then yeah, you'll lose the account. But it's not like you actually lost $1,500 of your own money. So you could get some very valuable learning lessons that instead of costing you $1,500 as it would if you were using your own money, it would only cost you the cost of the account at 105. I'm just saying that the different is so little that it don't need different names. I disagree, John. I think it does need a different name. What you're saying is oranges have vitamins that are good for you. Apples have vitamins that are good for you. Because apples and oranges both have vitamins that are good for you, you don't really care if it's an apple or an orange. I disagree with that line of logic. I think people would care if it's an apple or orange because some people don't like apples, but they do like oranges, or vice versa. Is the funding account only for futures? Yes. Why? Only for futures? What else would you want to trade? Look, it's 1 o'clock in the afternoon right now. Let's look at some stocks. Let's look at the alternative. So let's pull up like a day trading chart. Because again, right here to keep it, to show that we're doing a comparison. Right now, this is the 2-minute chart. You can see that right there, 2-minute. So now what's something that's really popular today in the world of stocks? Like one of these small cap stocks that's getting a lot of volume. Let's see. Okay, BTAI has 134 million shares traded right now. All right, let's go look at BTAI on the 2-minute time frame. BTAI. Oh. Is that candle even moving? Hello? Oh, there. It finally moved. Hello? Are you going to move again? Okay, there we go. Finally. Oh, whoa. And look at the price. I mean, it's... Oh. I think it's moved about 3 cents right now. Okay. We're at about a 7-cent move. Like, really? You want to trade this stuff? Or do you want to just hop over to futures and be trading movements like this, which can add up very quickly? John, I don't know why you're arguing about that. That seems like a very petty thing to argue on. There is a difference between a bull flag and a bear pennant. That's just the fact. There's a difference. And to say that they're the same because the outcome expected is the same, that's a false logic. I don't know why you're making us think of this. Like you're arguing against the fact. There's a difference between an apple and an orange. There is a difference between a bear flag and a bear pennant. And I already showed you the difference. Bear flag, there is a channel pattern involved. There is a bear flag. Bear pennant, there's a flat area, and then you have that. So for you to claim that these are the same, my 2-year-old that's learning shapes right now would be like, no, Daddy, that doesn't look the same. I see different shapes here. So John, it's okay, man. Like there's no need to argue about something so silly. They are not the same. $79 likes. Yeah, well, I guess I could take another trade if I can find something here. I don't know. Anybody got a trade idea for me? Maybe I should bring James Bond back. What was his? Does anybody remember what was James Bond? What was his proclamation? I think his proclamation was something about it going back up again, wasn't it? I don't remember. To be fair to him, does anybody remember that? Was anybody earlier in here for James Bond? One likes. Wait, are you the Matthew Bills? Are you who I think you are from the community? Oh, I misread your thing. You said you all need to sign up for his core. Oh, I thought you said all you need to do is sign up. Like that was some sort of like dig. Like, yeah, you can do futures, but you got to sign up for his course. That's not what you said, though. I misread that. Apologies. You were just saying you all need to sign up for his course. Well, thank you. I appreciate those kind words, and I will schedule an eye doctor appointment. Is the mini Dow Jones included in the 1250? Is the mini Dow Jones included in the 1256 tax code? Huh? 1256 tax code, man. I don't know. I don't talk taxes here. I am not a tax professional. Green trader tax. And I am not. Green trader tax. All tax questions go here. Okay? They like specialize in for traders. But yeah, I have zero interest in answering tax questions because that's it seems like that's how you could get yourself in hot water. Like to start giving tax advice on a YouTube live stream when you're not a tax professional. Ugh. 372 on a random Monday is great. Yeah, I mean I'm happy with it. Ooh. What should we do? I'm going to go back to the bare minimum because I want to give people just an accurate thing of just the bare that they could expect. Yeah, this is in no man's land right now. Right down here is the low of the day, so I could see maybe trying a little scalp off of there. But if it comes down here, that's also starting to approach trying to catch a falling knife, which is not always the wisest thing to do. Let's see if we can get some sort of consolidation right here. Oh, it's an hour and 30 minutes. We did not get to, but now we have the price action right here. So I suppose good timing. Again, I can do a request if you would like for me to take a look at it, and from a technical analysis standpoint of one of your, if it's a stock chart or whatever. Let me know. $5 super chats, make it happen. Let's see if this thing can. I'm looking for some sort of sign that maybe this is the bottom. Like I said, I don't want. I'm not saying there's a ton of logic behind these, but there needs to be at least a little bit of logic. Oh, I also gotta. Yeah, no, we're good. We're good. Once again, if you are enjoying this, if you're like, whoa, futures are awesome, go to the link that you see at the top, claytrader.com/take profit. That'll give you the deal, 30% off, and then you don't have to pay the activation fee upon passing your evaluation stage, which is worth $130 in and of itself. So it's a very good deal. Okay, coming down. Yeah, we'll just, why not? Why not just try to buy at the lows here? It's just one. It's a micro. So what you need to watch, if you have not been here, is watch that number right there. If you're thinking, oh, wow, that's a little too slow for me, just understand that you could influence that number by changing that number, your position size, and you could change your position size up to 30. So just keep that in mind. I can't believe I didn't know about prop firms earlier. Spent several years trying to save up money to. Yeah, I know, Salty War Pig. It's kind of nuts. One of those things where I wish they were around when I was around, or when I was around, when I was just getting started. So we'll see if this thing wants to bounce. So I don't know. Maybe is this some sort of new lower? Okay. We'll see what this thing wants to. Again, where's your stop loss? I don't have a stop loss right now just because it's one micro. The account is, I'm plenty green. This account, again, thank you, Take Profit Trader. This was a donated account because they want people to see what futures offers. That's, I think companies that are willing to do that are great. Like, yeah, show people. Like, even if they don't sign up with us, okay. Obviously, they want people to, but they're on board with I just said, hey, how do you feel about just educating people about futures and let them see what's available? Because too many people show up, and which makes sense. I mean, people just hear about the stock market. Therefore, if they think they want to be a trader, it's a stock trader. But then even realize that the futures market, or they're too intimidated by it. And it doesn't need to be intimidating. If you can read charts, then like I said earlier, I think to Edward, I was like, if I didn't tell you this was a futures chart and I told you it was a stock chart, would you believe me? And he's like, yeah, I mean, I could see that looking like a stock chart. It's going to push down more. Yeah, we'll see. Maybe I'll grab another one here just to escalate things. Let's buy another one. Let's go up to 2.
Order filled.
So now I'm at 2. So I'm not at the bare minimum volatility, but I'm at 2 micros. But again, if you're still looking at that number and how it's fluctuating, like, no, that's not enough for me. That's not fast enough. You could change that number up to 30. I'm at 2. And if that's still not good enough, you could come over here and be like, okay, well, I want a $75,000 account. And then you could change that number up to 90. Or I want a $100,000 account. You could change that number up to 120. I am at 2 right now. 2 right now, and how that number fluctuates. And this thing is just bleeding. But again, this is what 2 offers you. Should I get another one? Should we go up to, well, I guess you guys already saw what 5 looked like. But maybe we get a blow up here on why you should not just start buying as things are really bleeding. So.
Order filled.
So there we go. Now I'm at 4. Let's see if this thing wants a hammer and make a move back above that blue line. which would put me back into the green. Oh, it's teasing. Teasing. But again, just watch that number. What do you think? Is it moving? Do you think it's moving too quick? That's fine. Then you would not want to go up to 4. You could just start at 1. I know I was in the green for a second, but let's see if we can get a little bit more green. Uh-oh. Again, this could go up to 30. So let's just add 4 more.
Order filled.
There we go. Now we're at 8. We are at 8 of these things. So if the price can go up above that blue line, that means I am in the green. It does not want to push up. 30 I can go up to, okay. Come on. There we go.
Order
and
filled.
Just like that. Made it work. And that was still only 8. I think that's what's going to end on. Buying the falling knife. Again, I want to reiterate. In no way, shape, or form, I was saying, hey, that was a good trade. That's how you should do it. I am doing this because I want you to see what futures can offer from a volatility standpoint. And that's why I keep talking and saying the same. Watch that number. Ask yourself, how do you feel about how that number fluctuates? And if you are impressed by it, then just realize you can get access to this sort of trading via the futures market. And I would argue the wisest way to go about it, because things are very volatile, is through a prop firm. That way you keep your risk minimized, because if again, that was 25,000. So let's just say that thing just collapsed, like boof, down. And then all of a sudden I'm down 1,500. Did I actually lose 1,500? No, you would have just lost the cost of the account, which was 105. So because you would have failed the evaluation, so they would have taken the account. You can always try again, but it would have only cost you 105. So let's just say, for example, you've never learned a lesson of buying falling knives. So you buy there, you're buying, and then eventually, this is like a multi-$1,000 loss because you're like, oh, wow, that's probably not good to just randomly average into falling knives. Oh, okay, that was really dumb, but I learned a lot. But if you're using prop firm, what did that lesson cost you? Did it cost you the 1,500 or did it cost you 105? If you're saying it cost you the 105, then you have an understanding of how prop firm structure works. Exactly. So you learned a very valuable lesson. Whereas if you were doing that with either your own money in futures or with your own money in crypto or stocks or options, well, then that could have been a $1,500 loss with your money. So you can learn the same lessons just at a very much reduced price within the world of prop firms. Clay, it is a long time I see your videos. You're a scalper master. Depends on the day, David, but thank you. All right, well, if you've enjoyed, if you want me to come back and do more of these live trade videos, can you hit that like button, please? We're very close to 100, but can we at least maybe get to 90? Can we get to 90? That would be amazing. And before I go, if you would like for me to take a look at anything that you're holding, give some thoughts from an analysis standpoint, by all means, let me know. And or $5 super chats will make that happen. How much is a reset? $100. Oh, good question. So yes, thank you, David. So that's the other thing is, so let's say you fail. So I don't know, you're doing the 50 and you fail. You can reset the challenge. You can reset the evaluation, reset the test phase, whatever you want to call it, for $100. So it's not like you even need to go and do this. So if you go and do a $100,000 account and you lose the 3,000, so you fail the evaluation, you fail the challenge, you can reset it, not for that amount, but for just $100. So thank you, David, for bringing that up. So that's another nice thing about Take Profit Trader is it's not like every single time you're going to have to go and pay that amount. No, you can just reset it for the $100. Try your best to not even get into a reset position. Agreed, JW. You should try not to have to reset. But the truth of the matter is you're going to blow up accounts. You're going to fail tests. And there's no shame in that. The best traders I know that are part of our community, but just in general, they all have blown up accounts. That is part of futures trading, and it's part of futures trading with prop firm. But what allows those people to survive is, again, quote unquote, blown up account requires $2,000 loss, but it's not like you lost the 2,000. You'd have just lost the 119. So yes, good point on that for sure. And do you have a chart setup tutorial video for this platform you're using? I can't get mine to look like yours. I do not, Ant, but that is a very good question. I should probably do that. 86 likes. Man, it's so hard to even, I guess all of you have already hit that like button, but well, I guess we'll just call it good. And watching this in the, Sam, do you have to keep paying this monthly subscription even after passing the evaluation? You do not. Good question. And that's why earlier I was saying, I recommend you pass it within a month. And hopefully, like I said, so think about it. The goal here is $1,500, $25,000 account. How much am I at right now? I mean, I'm pretty close to $1,500, yet I have an entire month to get it up to that $1,500, and I'm already right here. So I'm pretty close to it, and it's already been not even an entire day. It's been like an hour and 40 minutes, and I have not even been trading for the full hour and 40 minutes. So I just bring that up to say that I suggest getting it done within a month so that you don't need to pay this anymore. And after you do pass, per Sam's question, that does disappear. So once you pass the evaluation stage, then there is no more monthly anymore. Is that real money, and what do we get if we earn profit? This is all a test phase. So you are trying to prove that you can trade so that then you have the opportunity to make real money. So that's how a prop firm works. Is there's an evaluation period, there's a test phase, some people call it a combine, but there is a phase where you have to prove yourself. And that leads to the question, well, how do you prove yourself? Define those terms. And they define it right here. Proving yourself means you can make $1,500. That's the most you can get of the highly volatile contracts, or the less volatile is 3 of the highly volatile, 30 of the less. But you can't lose 1,500. If you lose 1,500, you fail. Now, each of these sides has different requests. If you're doing a 100,000 account, now you're allowed to lose up to 15, or you're allowed to lose up to 3,000. So they give you more wiggle room on the downside. You also have to make 6,000. But again, the position size, you can do 12 of the highly volatile ones, or up to 120 of the lower volatile. What is the margin ratio after 1,500? I don't know what you mean by 50. I don't know. No, the margin ratios, that's the other thing. You don't have to do any of that math. Like, it doesn't matter. They do the math for you. Meaning, how much can I get? How much can I buy for 50,000? Well, you could buy up to 6 of the very volatile contracts, or 60 of the less volatile. They do the math for you. They tell you the max that you could do based on the purchasing power. So, you don't have to worry about the margin ratios, any of that margin stuff. That can, I admit, make futures a little complicated. If you're using your own money, then you kind of got to understand how that works relative to your money. But with the prop firm, they just tell you right up front. You know exactly what your money is going to get you. Ed Trader, yeah, this is Tradeovate right here. But I'm using Tradeovate through Take Profit Trader, which is my prop firm. And that's the other nice thing, is that a prop firm will sign up for you, or you don't have to go through the sign up process of, somebody earlier was like, yeah, Take Profit Trader is like 1 minute. And then you do have to wait for Take Profit Trader. They'll create the Tradeovate account for you, and then they'll send you the username and password, and that takes, I don't know, 20, 30 minutes, if that. So that's another nice thing about the prop firm, is they let you just, the awkward pause, that you're not having to go through any sort of massive sign up process. They let you just sit there, buy an account, and then they do the rest for you. So they let you relax. That's the word I was looking for. But yes, this is who I use, Take Profit Trader. Again, they donated the $25,000 account so that I could have this. I'll probably be back tomorrow. And we'll see maybe how far we can grow this account. But I don't want to say I'm going to be a degenerate reckless with it, but I do want to, I'm not concerned because, like I said, this account was donated, given to me for the sake of this live stream and for hopefully other live streams. So again, if you just appreciate that, consider using Take Profit Trader in and of itself. And I will say, Take Profit Trader, the reason why I like them and recommend them over others is when it comes time to get paid, a lot of prop firms, and it doesn't make them a scam, but they say, no, you can only request payment like once every couple weeks or once a month or something like that. Take Profit Trader, they're like, no, if you make money, then you can request it and we will pay you that same day, and you can make multiple requests in the same day. So when it comes to getting paid, they are very, very straightforward. So that is a big reason. To me, again, it doesn't mean these other firms are scams, but No, you can only request this amount of money and you can only request it every, couple of weeks. It's like, no, if I made all of that money, why can't I request that money? And with Take Profit Trader, they allow you to do that. So I think that's, are they the cheapest up front? No, but on the back end, it pays for itself because you're basically paying for convenience of being able to get paid and all of that. And it's not like they're super more expensive, but like, are they going to be the cheapest up front? They're not, but you got to look at the bigger picture of things. And somehow I still did an hour and 45 minutes. So I suppose I am a liar because I said I'd be done, but you guys asked some good questions. But so that is all I have. I'm such a terrible salesman. So there are no payout requirements. Well, yes, in the sense of you have to pass the test. Like once you go and sign up, like you have to pass this first before you even get to the stage where you could potentially make money. So in that sense, yes, there is a requirement. You have to prove yourself as a trader. You have to pass the evaluation period, which is just right here. And when I say the period, you can take as long as you want. I just recommend you get it done within a month so that you don't have to, pay the $105 in this situation. Or if you're doing, the $50,000 account, you don't have to pay the $119 again. But yes, there is the requirement. You've got to pass the test first. But yeah, I'm a terrible salesman. I haven't talked about anything that I offer. So if you are interested in joining me, and like I said, a lot of other really good futures traders, a lot of good prop firm traders, then I do offer a private community. Several of you have joined from the chat already. I know Honeybee has joined. Chris has joined. Some other people have. So yeah. And I don't want to speak for it, but people have joined and are enjoying. Do you have to have 5 days consecutive $100 profit to get a payout after? No. Thank you, Ken, for asking that. But Ken's question: do you have to have 5 days consecutive $100 profit to get a payout after you hit? No, none of those things. Like I understand, Ken, why you're asking that, because some prop firms, their rules just make your head want to explode. And no, it's very, very clean cut rules. So I appreciate that question, Ken, but no, that's another thing because I'm not that smart. I can't figure out. But yeah, if you want to join the private community, check out the link for that. And then also, how long can you hold the trade? You cannot hold it overnight, which I like, Carl, because again, they're trying to get you to be a good trader. And a bad trader is the day trader that has a trade and then it doesn't go their way. So then they get stubborn, like, well, I'm not going to take a loss. Well, I guess this is more of an investment. I'm just going to hold it until it goes back up. No, they won't let you do that, Carl. But I argue that is a good thing because that's what bad day traders do. Bad day traders refuse to cut losses. They refuse to take a loss. And then they start, something starts off as a day trade. And then before they know it, it's some sort of long-term investment because they refuse to sell. Ken, or until you hit. Oh, that Ken. Yeah, those are rules. But yeah, as far as consistency and all that stuff, Ken, it's very clean cut. It's very clean cut. At 88 likes. Still cannot hit 100 likes on the live stream. That's all right. That's just the goal to go for. So like I said, check out that community. And also, where's that other thing that like I said, I'm a terrible salesman. Like, what am I doing? It's really pathetic when you stop and think about it. It's like, goodness. There we go. And then also I am offering a live webinar this Thursday night. So if you're interested in learning about, kind of how I'm using the tools to build consistency, to manage risk, and just kind of making sure you have the right framework of mindset. A lot of people show up and they're just approaching things in ways that I can see why it would make sense to them, but it just actually doesn't make sense. There's things that are not being considered and factored into the decision-making process, it just makes it a bad decision on their part. So, I talk about a bunch of different stuff, but I'm confident that, there'll be something in there. So in the chat box there, in the description area, there's a link to go to this in terms of get signed up for the live class. So yeah, if you want to join the live webinar this Thursday at 8 p.m. Eastern time, then there's a link in the description box to get that, to do that. So that is all I have. That's great. We have, now you're going to spike. Now I want to go short. But we've already taken enough trades. I need to move on. I can feel it in my voice. It's starting to get a little painful. But again, check out the chat room. Make sure you go to the link up there if you want to get into the futures market and want to start with prop firms. Do you buy on red or green? I don't know, Samuel, what does your strategy say you should do? So that would be a question for your strategy. I know some people say they should buy on red. Others say they should buy on green. Depends if you're going long or going short. But everybody, thank you for being here. I appreciate it. Again, if you enjoy, finally, hit that like button. And if you're looking for a totally free and super easy way to support the channel, make sure you hit the subscribe button. That really helps out. You'll be notified when I go live. I think got to turn on the notification bell too. But if you're just like, Clay, just tell me the bare minimum way I could support the channel, hit the like button and hit that subscribe button. So everybody, thanks for being here. And I plan on being back some more this week. So, but overall, I'll take it. I'll take it. We started off on nothing down here, ended here. So I'm very happy with that.